What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and we're going to talk about some of the greatest moments in sports history. And this was a great moment in sports history right here. Who could forget this and where they was when this moment happened? I love that moment. I love that moment. And that will always go down in history as a wonderful moment in boxing history. What do you think about that moment? I think it is so amazing. I think that we probably didn't take it all in, and we probably need to see it one more time. One more time. I loved it. I loved that moment. I loved it so much. I think we need to see it again. Now see, that's just part one. We just get warmed up. Y'all don't want to go to part two right now, do you? On the same video? Let's do part two. On the same video. Where were you when this earthquake happened? When this great moment in sports history took place? I know where I was. My head almost went through the ceiling as I ran around the entire place like a track meet. This was probably the happiest moment in my career of watching boxing in a long time. I don't think I've ever took much joy in a victory. Man, it was a long time, but this was up there in my top 3 best moments in boxing history. I think we have just witnessed the 2 greatest moments in sports history, especially boxing. I remember the joy I felt the moment he hit that canvas. It was like retribution. You know, you start thinking of all the times we were wronged, and finally some justice come through. I think this is what this was. For all the years of struggling and pain and suffering, and it all was corrected on one night. Just for a night. It was wonderful. Let's see that again in slow-mo.
Watkins steps back when he's coming, and here comes Watkins following with the overhand right. You see that?
Pacquiao missed the right hand.
He knew he was coming. He just caught his rhythm because that's what has caused him, has enabled him to cause Pacquiao so many problems. The overhand shot, though, the looping shots, and when I told you that the weightlifting would help. Here you see this is the looping shot. So that's the shot
we've seen in the sport since Sergio Martinez knocked out Paul Williams on November 20, 2010 in Atlantic City with a very similar shot. And Martinez is sitting about 8 feet away from where Pacquiao lies face down at that moment.
And Pacquiao had no clue that that punch was coming back at him.
Just wonderful. Just wonderful. I mean, the timing, the skill that it took to execute the perfect punch. As a boxing fan, you must appreciate that. I appreciate it so much, personally, that I will show you again in slow motion.
Coming, and here comes Watkins following with the overhand right. You see that?
Right hand.
He knew he was coming. The overhand shot, though, the looping shots, and when I told you that the weightlifting would help. Here you see this is a looping shot. So that's the shot
we've seen in the sport Since Sergio Martinez knocked out Paul Williams on November 20, 2010 in Atlantic City with a very similar shot, and Martinez is sitting about 8 feet away from where Pacquiao lies face down at that moment.
And Pacquiao had no clue that that person's coming back at me.
And on that note, I think it's time I go Pacquiao. It's late. Carcino, I'm out.